but we stand around fighting over memories of the promised land. It's so hard to tell if this is heaven or hell, and I can only measure by degrees. But it's sure getting warm around here in times like these. Times like these, do I really need a billionaire who gets off every morning trying to tell me how he's treated unfair? Then I have to pay as the rest of the day we get divided into them and the weeds. Oh, I find I'm losing my mind in times like these. Yeah, they come and they go, they're here then they're not. Every day I'm getting sick of losing something that I haven't got. I'm gonna try to run until the whole thing's done, and I just hope I don't end up on my knees. But Lord, it's getting harder to stand in times like these. I wish I had a place to hide. Instead of coming all together, we're just adding to the great divide. I hope and I pray nearly every day I can somehow get my troubles some ease. But I gotta say it ain't looking good, not in times like these. Yeah, they come and they go, they're cold and they're hot. I'm just trying to keep the world from changing me to something I'm not. Well, I want to do my labor, hold my girl and help my neighbor, have a little hope for my dreams. Is that too much to ask in times like these? Yeah, I just want to do my labor, help the world and love my neighbor while I keep it on my joie de vivre. But it sure feels hard, darling, in times like these. I could use just a little bit of help in times like these. My wild pointed finger wags and it wiggles, and sometimes it's serious, it never giggles. And even when the rest of me is trying to get some sleep, my wild pointed finger is out on the creep. I got a wild pointed finger. It points at the leader and the progress of man. It points at all the problems that it don't understand. It points at Parisians across the sea. It points at anybody who looks different than me. Christians, Hindus, Muslims, and Jews. My wild pointed finger's probably pointing right at you. I got a wild pointed finger. I got a wild pointed finger's got a mind of his own. I got a wild, pointy finger. I got a wild, pointy finger. I got a wild, pointy finger. I got 10 digits like most other people. I can make the church, but I can't build the steeple. 9 of them stand up and do exactly what I say, but the one by the thumb, he just points all day. I can't be a poet, I can't be a star. I got no eye for beauty, and I never learned guitar. You'll just be disappointed if you're waiting around to see, 'cause my wild pointy fingers never pointing back at me. I got a wild pointy finger. I got a wild pointy finger. I got a wild pointy finger. Yes, I do. A wild, pointy finger I have. Welcome, everybody, to episode 37 of Alone Together Tuesday. It's great to have y'all here. And we're going to... Give me 1 second. Hold on, Wayne. You're in for the night with us. All right. Sorry, it's not... I don't want to start off the show, but got Winnie with me, and I've got my stuff, and I think we're ready to play now. So welcome. Let's get this going. I saw you dancing down on Macklin Street. I couldn't stop laughing at your 2 left feet. You never gave a damn about trying to please me, and somehow they made it all feel so easy. I point out your favorite star. You get kicked out of every bar and wake up weary from a hard night's sleep, looking like a promise that I could keep. In hell, love is so easy when you're moving slow, hiding from the outside, laying low, forgetting your trouble, let the world worry, 'cause you and me won't. There's so many things I don't understand. You keep your flowers in a coffee can. You roll your eyes at the jokes I tell, and told my mother she could go to hell. Oh, look out, babe, now the night is so fine. Hold your heart up against the skyline. I've always had a hurt that I can't tame, but it all feels better when you say my name. In hell, love is so easy when you're moving slow, hiding from the outside, laying low, forgetting your trouble, let the world worry, 'cause you and me won't. Well, the rest of this world's a little short on hope. Everybody's walking their own tightrope, betting their money will be the first to fall. But you and me, baby, gonna show them all. In hell, love is so easy when you're moving slow, hiding from the outside, laying low, forgetting your trouble, let the world worry, 'cause you and me won't. Say hell, love is so easy when you're moving slow, hiding from the outside, laying low, forgetting your trouble, let the world worry, 'cause you and me won't. Let the world worry, naked and be kissed upon. She crosses a bridge and sets it on fire, and it lands like a bird on a telephone wire. Wine bottles scattered like last night's clothes, cigarettes, papers, and dominoes. She laughs for a minute about the shape I'm in. She says, you be the center, honey, I'll be the sand. I'm gonna holler and I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna get me some mescaline. She brings me roses and a place to lean, a drunken poet's dream. I believe my harp has got a busted reed. All my lips are chapped and about to bleed. She tastes like pills and cheap cologne, and she tells me I don't ever have to drink alone. Now there's some money on the table and a pistol on the floor, a few paperback books by Louis L'Amour. She says, honey, don't you worry about Judgment Day. Goes down to get to heaven, that just ain't our way. I'm gonna holler and I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna get me some mescaline. She brings me roses and a place to lean, a drunken poet's dream. All my life I laid around while the colors all turned blue. Oh well, I closed my eyes and I finally found it brought me back to you. Now I got a woman, she's wild as wrong. She likes to lie naked and be kissed upon. She crosses a bridge and sets it on fire, and it lands like a bird on a telephone wire. I'm gonna holler and I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna get me some mescaline. She brings me roses and a place to lean. Yeah, I'm gonna holler and I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna get me some mescaline. She brings me roses and a place to lean, a drunken poet's dream. All right. Okay, we're off and running. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. Always takes me a minute to kind of get in the groove. And these lights feel very bright tonight. I don't know what's going on. I'm a little under the weather, to be honest. Hopefully I'm not getting sick, but I don't feel great. So I'm just gonna let y'all behind the curtain there. That's just kind of how we do. On this show, looks like Winnie found a spot back there. That's good. She was trying to get out, but I held firm and was rewarded in the end. Let's see. Before we get any further, I want you guys to know that tonight's postcard is a special one. Let's see here. Bam. Contribute to the show, and I will sign and personalize and mail you one of these. I was about to say bad boys. My wife would hate it if I said that, but you get one of these bad boys. My pal that I've never met, Gap2 Snodgrass, on Instagram, creates these things, and he made that one of me and on Matt McConaughey's body from Dazed and Confused, which I thought was pretty hilarious. And I'm going to go ahead and show you. I've got the next 5 postcards picked out.
And Kellen, if you'll do me a favor, Kellen works with me. Can you get an image of the sign of the one of the set lists, the handwritten set lists? I know we've got a typed one here, but if we can get one of the handwritten ones and put it up there for me so I can show folks. So let's see. That was the McConaughey postcard. I don't know which week I'm going to do this, but I've got an. I don't know if you can see it here. I've got an Andre Agassi. Which just kills me. I can't wait for y'all to get these. And let's see, I'm just going to go ahead. Well, no, I'm not going to show you the rest of them. There needs to be some surprises in this world. And if you do, that's a donation of any amount. You can follow the links to the tip jar. And then if you do $30 or more, I'll send you a handwritten set list, signed and personalized, along with the postcard from tonight's show. So that's that. All right, how are we doing, everybody? How are we doing? What a crazy time in the world. I hope y'all are okay. I hope you're safe. I hope you're sane. I hope your family's talking to you. I'm so grateful that y'all are here. This has been my saving grace week after week. And yeah, I appreciate y'all going on this journey with me and letting me be a part of your lives and being a part of mine. So here's to you. Wherever this may find you tonight. And one last bit of housekeeping before we move on. If you share the show right now, I've been giving away vinyl the last couple of weeks, but I'm starting to run low. So this week I'm mixing it up. If you share the show on Facebook or on YouTube, or like it on YouTube, or follow me on YouTube, I'm giving away Drunken Poets Society notebooks and Lovers and Leavers CDs. And I'm going to give away a couple sets of these at least, and maybe more if it works. I guess people share the show. So that would be cool. And then the final thing is next week. Next week's show is going to be an all request show. So we did that at the end of last year, and it was a blast and just really moving for me. So go ahead and start thinking about what you want to hear next week. Send in a request. I'll do a Facebook post asking for your requests, and or you can send them to Carll MGMT at gmail.com, which we'll get that address up for you at some point. Write the song you'd like to hear and why, and just tell me, if you want to dedicate it to somebody, or tell me what it means to you. I get a big kick out of reading the stories and hearing how your year has been and what's going on in your life. So I'm going to Casey Kasem this thing next week. But for now, I'm going to do a song here that the last one I wrote with Ray Wiley Hubbard, and this is one that I wrote with Ray Wiley as well. It was the first one I wrote, actually, and it's called Chickens. I got chickens in my front yard. What they do is scratch and peck. Yeah, I got chickens in my front yard. What they do is scratch and they peck. But come supper time, I go out there. Gonna find me one to wring its neck. It ain't meanness, y'all. It's just hungry is what I am. Yeah, it ain't meanness. It's just hungry is what I am. There ain't nothing in this world better than fried chicken, yes, man. And if it rains today, Oh, the backyard will turn to mud. If it rains today, oh, the backyard will turn to mud. If it don't, it won't. Either way, it won't rile my blood. I got chickens in my front yard, but I already told you about that. And I'm gonna tell you again, but just not yet. Because there's other things I want to tell you before I get to that thing that I'm gonna tell you again. You bet. This isn't actually a verse, but since I don't rehearse, it's all the same. Yeah. I'm sitting on my porch swing, watching the sky and whittling wood. Yes, I'm sitting on my porch swing, watching the sky and whittling wood. There's an old crow dancing on a clothesline, counting his toes and feeling good. Alright, I got chickens in my front yard, here we go. What they do is scratch and peck. Yeah, I got chickens in my front yard. What they do is scratch and they peck. Come supper time, I'll go out there. Gonna find me one, wring its neck. Oh, it ain't meanness, y'all. It's just hungry, that's what I am. That's all I am, is hungry. Well, that was, yeah, I got ahead of myself there. Let's see. Okay, oh, we got a picture of the set list. So here you go. This is for, if you contribute $30 or more, I'll send, this is from 3 weeks ago, but I'll write out a set list and then sign it and make it out to you and send it to you. So that's that. That's what that looks like. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna do one more of my songs, and then I'm gonna do a few covers, and then maybe take some questions at some point. I'd like to do that if we can. And Callan, I'm sorry, I've got one more assignment for you. I feel like I just saw, I can't really make out the comments as they go by, but I did see one that it looked like somebody was in the hospital with lung cancer. So we're sending a bunch of love out to whoever that was. And if you got a song you want to hear, go ahead and request it, and Callan will let me know what that was, if she can find you. So I hope that you're hanging in there okay. I hate to hear that, but I'm glad you're here with us right now. So let's see. This week on Patreon, I did a deep dive on this song. It's my favorite road song I've written. It goes like this. After all these years of running around, all this flying high and falling down, well, I gotta get back to the way I was. I'm gonna turn it around, darling, just because everybody's talking about the shape I'm in. They say, boy, you ain't a poet, just a drunk with a pen. Over and over, again and again. Lord, they don't know about the places I've been. It gets hard out here. I I know it don't look it. I used to have heart, but the highway took it. The game was right, but the deal was crooked. I'll make it perfectly clear, it gets hard out here. I guess there must be something I'm missing. My mama told me I should have gone into easy listening. I joined up with a band cause I thought it was cool. Lord, I guess I should have just gone back to school. And oh, pretty darling, it's gonna be okay. You know, one of these days I'm gonna take you away. She said, oh, sweet daddy, you're probably right. I think we might get lucky, but it won't be tonight. It gets hard out here. I know it don't look it. I used to have heart, but the highway took it. The game was right, but the deal was crooked. I'll make it perfectly clear. It gets hard out here. I know it don't seem it. I said I'd try, but I never did mean it. And nobody's listening, so we might as well scream it. Oh God, we're all out of beer. It gets hard out here. Oh, I wouldn't know anything about that. Of late, I haven't been out there in a while. I've done 9 shows since like March 10th or something. My last show before all this came down. And so I've snuck in a couple, but my last one was back in November. And my next one's not scheduled till April. So anyway, this has been a godsend, being able to play music here and connect with you guys, so thank you. Alright, I'm going to try this. This is a song I've never played before, but one I've admired for a long time. Let's see here. Alright. See if I can pull this off. I'm just an old chunk of coal, but I'm gonna be a diamond someday. I'm gonna grow and glow till I'm so blue, pure, perfect. I'm gonna put a smile on everybody's face. I'm gonna kneel and pray every day, lest I become vain along the way. I'm just an old chunk of coal, but I'm gonna be a diamond someday. I'm gonna learn the best way to walk. I'm gonna search and find a better way to talk. I'm gonna spit and polish my old rough and edged self till I get rid of every single flaw. Yeah, I'm gonna be the world's best friend. I'm gonna walk around shaking everybody's hand. Yeah, I'm gonna be the cotton picking rage of the age. I'm gonna be a diamond someday.
and glow till I'm so blue, pure, perfect. I'm gonna put a smile on everybody's face, and I'm gonna be the one. I'm gonna kneel and pray every day, lest I should become vain along the way. I'm just an old chunk of coal, Lord, but I'm gonna be a diamond someday. Yeah, I'm just an old chunk of coal, but I'm gonna be a diamond someday. Practice, Hayes, practice. All right, well. All right. Well, let's see. So that was request. Didn't go quite as smoothly as I'd hoped. I find that happens a lot lately. I don't know what the deal is. I just keep can't quite get dialed in. Carll Coggin, who I know attends a lot of shows and supports a lot of shows, asked for a Jim Croce tune. Ooh. Carol, I appreciate that request. I'm not going to be able to do that tonight because it's been a very long time since I played any Jim Croce. When I was in high school, that was some of the first stuff I learned. And I'll try and work something up for next week for you if you send that request in again. What was it? I used to do operator, could you help me place this call? Someone that I really wanted to talk to. Thank you for your time. You've been so much more than kind. Anyway, I can't do it all, but next week I'll try and work it up. But that was my early. He was one of my early jams, Jim Croce. Such cool songs and guitar playing, and just I don't know, nobody else like him. All right. Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. I forgot to mention, not only I keep part of the money if you tip, but we also give it to a portion to the Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Tennessee. Has been the people lately we've been trying to support. Last week, after last week's show, we did contributed $250 to them, and that bought 1,000 meals. They can make a little go a long way. So thank you to you guys for supporting that. And I think we're over $3,000 so far in contributions, which is like 12,000 meals or something. This is incredible. So thank y'all. All right, let's see. What else were we gonna do? Oh, I was gonna do a town song. I haven't done this one in a while. But don't you take it too bad if you're feeling, I'm feeling. If you're feeling, I'm loving. If you're feeling alone, don't you take it too bad, 'cause it ain't you to blame, babe. Oh, it's some kind of game made out of all of this living that we got left to do. Oh, and if you go searching for rhyme or for reason, then you won't have the time that it takes just for talking about the places you've been, babe, about the faces you've seen, babe. I'm now soft the time flies past your window at night, and we just can't have that
girl. 'Cause it's a sad, lonesome, cold world, and a man needs a woman just to stand by his side and whisper sweet words in his ears about daydreams on roses and playthings and the sweetness of springtime and the sound of the rain. All right, the late great Townes Van Zandt. I'm gonna do a couple songs that I do not have on records, but I had a hand in writing them. Last week I had the pleasure of going on Mary Gaucher's excellent show with Jamie Harris on Sundays at 3 o'clock, I believe. Called Sundays with Mary, and Mary's a friend, and just an incredible songwriter, incredible artist, and human. And if y'all aren't familiar, I highly recommend that you get familiar. And not only is her own stuff incredible, but she's been doing this. Her, I think, last record or penultimate record was Songwriting with Soldiers project, and she co-wrote all these songs with veterans or veterans' wives, and it's just incredible. So we wrote a song years ago. Sorry, I'm trying to find the lyrics here because I can't quite remember it. And I had printed them out, but I'm struggling to find them. We wrote a song years ago called Snakebit that was on one of her records. So I was very honored that she recorded that. And I want to play it here for you. I did it last week, but I don't know how many of y'all were watching that. So we're going to try this. Pretty dark, so prepare yourselves. The children are crying, they never got their supper. Where would you run to in the darkness of the night? Even in the shadows, they fear to wander. They gather around me in the candlelight. Your crucifix is broken, bloody, sharp, and shattered. I smashed it to pieces on the bedroom floor. Pain and prayers and promises scattered. And then I pulled the pistol out from the dresser drawer. Oh Lord, oh Lord, what have I done? Everything worth holding just slipped my fingers, and now I'm barely wrapped around the handle of a gun. The further I fall, the less I falter, forsaken, forgotten, stranded without love. The slow motion whisper a holler. 40 years of pushing turns into a shove. Oh Lord, oh Lord, what have I done? Everything worth holding just slips through my fingers, and now my hands are wrapped around the handle of a gun. The chair that I sit in belonged to my daddy, carved from the hardwood of a bitter tree. When he was alive, he used to tell me, son, I always knew you'd end up snake bit like me. Oh Lord, everything worth holding just slips through my fingers. Now my hand is wrapped around the handle of a gun. Now I'm barely holding on to the handle of a gun. All right. So that's one I did with Mary Gaucher, and just funny story. I told it on her show, but again, I don't know how many of y'all heard it. But years ago, I have this really I don't have a great experience. I haven't had great experiences at things like award shows or TV appearances, or I know these are first world problems, but I get incredibly nervous at any event where somebody asks me to just perform one song, because as you can probably tell, I mean, we're 45 minutes into this show and I still haven't like figured out what I'm doing or hit my groove. It takes me a while to get warmed up, which is why sometimes I play for a really long time, because by the time I finally like feel like I know what I'm doing, usually it's like time to end the show, and that's always a bummer. So then I just play for another hour. And I don't know whether people appreciate that or are annoyed by it, but just we gotta do what we gotta do. So, but going out in front of somebody else's audience or at an award show or on a TV thing, you got one shot, and there's just a lot of pressure, and I rarely handle it well. And then I also don't like award shows because I don't know. It's a very strange dynamic, and it's surreal to you need to be nominated for something, and then are you gonna lose? It's exciting, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. It's not why I got into it. It's a nice validation when it happens, but anyway. But I've had two weird experiences, or very embarrassing experiences with award shows. One was when I was just starting out. After my first record, I won a bunch of awards at the Houston Press Awards. I think it was like Best Folk Singer and Best New Artist and Best Song. It's 3 awards, which is a big deal for me. And they told me that I was going to win before the actual award show, which was a mistake, because now in my head, I know I'm going to win, and I'm celebrating. It's my first award show ever. The first one to win something at, not my first award show ever, but the first one that I was nominated for anything and that I was gonna have a chance at winning something. And so I go, and I'm feeling really good about myself. I'm 26 years old. I've just put out my first record, and I'm getting these awards from my hometown paper, and I'm just feeling great. And So I'm holding court in the back of the room with some folks, and I've had several drinks. Several. Maybe too many several. And I hear my name. And so my back's turned to the stage, and I didn't realize they were announcing my category or or whatever. But I hear my name, and so I'm like, I've screwed up. I've forgotten, or to be paying attention. And so I tell the guys I'm talking to, I'm like, excuse me, boys, fellas, I'll be right back. I gotta go get this award. So I'm strutting down the aisle. I'm walking up to the stage where the person's has announced my name. And I'm walking by everybody. I'm feeling really good. This is my first ever award. And there's little stairs on the side. So I walk in front of everybody, the front row, and I get on the stairs and I start walking up to the stage. And I realize she's still calling out names. And so when I heard my name, it was just the nominees. It wasn't the actual winner. So what I could have done is just kept walking up on the stage and just said, just go ahead and give it to me now. And that would have been the most confident kind of Yeezy move ever. But as it was, I just got really embarrassed, and I turned around and I ducked and I went and hid out in the bathroom. And then waited until they called my name, and then I came back up and I accepted my award. So I was just mortified, humiliated, and I promised myself I would never do that again. So fast forward like 5 years later, I'm at the Americana Awards, and I've been nominated for New and Emerging Artist. And I hear my name. Come on in, baby. I'm just telling embarrassing stories about myself.
Come on, Winnie.
Whoa. Allison is joining me.
Hey, y'all.
Like your hat.
Good.
Right.
It's a lot better than you not liking it.
Well.
I'd wear it anyway, but I'm glad you like it.
Do you like my outfit? Yeah, you don't need to say anything.
I can't.
I think we all know
apparently
how special it is.
This doesn't happen to me very often.
Yeah, it really doesn't. I rarely can leave her speechless.
I mean, it has happened.
Yeah, but not a lot. Well, anyway, so fast forward, I'm at the Ryman Auditorium. I've been nominated for New and Emerging Artist, and I've sworn that I will never prematurely go out on stage to accept an award again. And I'm sitting back there with Guy Clark and Emmylou Harris and Allison Moorer and all kinds of folks. And they announce my name. And my manager at the time, wonderful man named Mike Carll, comes over to me very excited and says, "You won, go, get on stage." And in my mind I go, well, actually out loud I said, "Are you sure? He's like, "Yeah, go." And it was I forgot everything that I told myself I wouldn't do, which was, go out prematurely. And he was convinced that I had won, so I walk in front of Guy Clark and Emmylou Harris and out onto the stage at the Ryman Auditorium to accept my award. Where once again, I'm in the process of doing that, and I hear that they're still announcing names. And one of the names they announced was Mary Gauthier, who won the actual award.
Oh, baby, that's rough.
I know. Well, what was really rough is then I had to turn around and walk past Guy Clark, who's witnessed this entire thing, who's just standing there looking at me like, "You idiot, rookie.
Scrub. I'm so sorry that happened to you. That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's all right.
I'm not even going to try to downplay it.
No. It's okay. It's a growing experience. And 3 years later, I actually won New and Emerging Artist, but I didn't come out. They had to call my name 5 times. I was like, I'm not doing it. I'm not walking out.
I don't believe you. Fake news.
Hey,
how's it going? How are you feeling?
I'm okay. I told him I'm a little under the weather, although this whiskey's helping.
The whiskey's helping settle your stomach? God.
No, I don't know. I was feeling like I'm going to get sick or something. So it's helping with that. It's not helping. Well, yeah, it's helping with everything. I don't know what's going on. I'm feeling a little manic tonight.
Well, let's sing a song that might ground you.
Yeah. Okay. Karen Stegmeyer asked for something upbeat. I'm sorry, Karen. We don't do upbeat. Actually, we really don't have any upbeat songs that we do together.
What about Bye Bye Love? Bye Bye Love. Can you do that? Do you have those words somewhere?
I do.
That's upbeat. Very upbeat.
It is. Will you do me a favor? Will you pull it out? It should be in the front there. It's alphabetical. And then I'm going to start singing another song while you look for an upbeat song for us to do. So this is one that we wrote. Jesus and Elvis.
It's in alphabetical order?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, the covers are back here. Yeah. So it's in alphabetical in the covers section. There you go. Like my system. Jesus and Elvis, painted on velvet, hanging at the bar here every night. It's good to be back again. Oh, me and my old friends, beneath the neon cross and a string of Christmas lights. Lola built this joint in '67. And her boy went off to fight on Christmas Eve. In a war nobody won. She lost her only son. Now everything he loved is what you see. Jesus and Elvis, painted on velvet, hanging at the bar here every night. It's good to be back again. Oh, me and my old friends, beneath the neon cross and a string of Christmas lights. Lola told him Jesus loves a sinner, and his daddy told him music saved his soul. Between the drunkards and the band, it's a fitting promised land for the King of Kings and the King of Rock and Roll. Jesus and Elvis, painted on velvet, hanging at the bar here every night. All right. So if you need a shot of Dickel or redemption, or where the Delta meets the Sea of Galilee, or get washed in the blood of the Mississippi mud, come on, you non-believers, and you'll see Jesus and Elvis, painted on velvet, hanging at the bar here every night. It's good to be back again. Oh, me and my old friends, beneath the neon cross and a string of Christmas lights. It's good to be back again. Oh, me and my old friends, beneath the neon cross and a string of Christmas lights. By and by, Lord, by and by. By and by, Lord, by and by. All right, I feel a little better. You help settle me. You help settle me down.
Well, good.
You do not, however, make my guitar stay in tune. Will you pull that out of there?
Mm-hmm. cooked some salmon in the oven.
You have salmon in the oven?
Uh-huh.
All right.
No, I just pulled it out. It's done.
That sounds good. I might be here a while.
Yeah?
I told them it's like sometimes back in the old days when I used to tour, when I used to play live shows, I would... I don't know if y'all heard that, our dog.
Today I was giving Winnie I was eating a piece of cheese.
Uh-huh.
And she was there, of course.
Yeah.
And so I took a little bite and said, sit. And I was about to give it to her. And when she opened her mouth, it was like... It was like...
It's like Jonah. The noise.
It's like, you're not even making a noise and there's a noise. This is a dragon. She's a dragon.
She's a dragon.
Are you a dragon? Bless. She's a
Y'all can
tired
see her.
dragon.
This is her right here.
Winnie. Winnie.
Oh, she's...
Is it okay? Yes. Okay. You said hey to everybody?
Yeah, she said hi.
You
She
did?
tried to get out early, and then she got up on the couch and passed out for a bit, which was nice. Last week she drank out of the toilet loudly for like...
She's not joking about that.
60
drink.
seconds.
Yeah.
Like she empties it out.
Then she buried her first bone.
Yeah, she buried a bone in the front yard, which I'm excited about. I don't know why, just that she's learned something new, or it's just funny to see the...
By the way, she's back to the cornerstone digging. I had to fill in a hole. She's trying to dig the house up, we think.
Yeah.
This is not I had, y'all.
I feel like you're about to share something.
Well, first of all, I had to cut back both rose bushes on both sides of the steps in the front yard down to little nubs because she had broken them. Just broke them to bits, like they'd been hit by a car or something. This is no good.
I don't know how you eat a
And
rose
then-
bush. There's thorns everywhere. Like,
No,
but I've watched you
well,
do it.
eat, and then she breaks it because she doesn't obey, not getting the flower bed, and also the little fence I put up. No. So I took that down. It's like nothing. It's like a gnat for her. She steps over, whatever. So that happened, and then on Friday, I had ordered some little, just very inexpensive little bud forcing vases. And I didn't even get to see them. She tore the box up before.
Our neighbor texted me and said, I think your dog ripped apart a package. And I went out in the yard, and it's just, the entire yard is covered with styrofoam and debris and Allison's package, which was these cute little vases to hold plants.
Well, you put the bulb in there, and you put the water, and then the roots grow, and then it sprouts. You don't have to, you know how to do that.
Somebody just said that I need to take Winnie on a 5-mile run every day.
5 miles?
I took her on actually I let her sit out today, but I take her on a 2.5-mile walk every day. Sometimes we run a mile of that time. And lately she has a neighbor friend that comes over and plays, and they just get after it. They're hilarious.
And now they are a digging team.
Yeah, now they team up and they take turns. Anyway, I was telling them I used to tour, and it takes me so long to get comfortable that I would do like 2.5-hour shows because it would take 90 minutes before I actually was having fun and kind of felt like connected with the crowd. And then I didn't want to stop, and so and that's kind of what I'm feeling like tonight. So I may end up playing for a while because I'm still just scattered. I don't know what's going on. Anyway,
Well, whatever it is, it'll be okay.
It will.
Play as long as you want, and then come in and eat a piece of fish.
All right. Let's try this out here. We haven't done this in a long time. You ready? Be careful of that mic. I moved it closer, and you know how you blow that out. So
I'll stay back
if
here.
you could just sing to the ceiling. Yeah.
I'll turn my back to the camera.
Allison's
Sing
voice is...
back wall.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Ready? Bye-bye love. Bye-bye happiness. Hello loneliness. I think I'm gonna cry. Bye-bye love. Bye-bye sweet caress. Hello emptiness. I feel like stepped in. Goodbye to romance that might have been. Bye bye love, bye bye happiness. Hello loneliness, I think I'm gonna cry. Bye bye love, bye bye sweet caress. Hello emptiness, I feel like I could die. Bye bye my love, goodbye. I'm through with romance, I'm through with love, I'm through with counting the stars above. And there's a reason that I'm so free. My loving baby is through with me. Bye bye love, bye bye happiness. Hello loneliness, I feel like I could cry. Bye bye love, bye bye sweet caress. Hello emptiness, I feel like I could die. Bye bye my love, goodbye. 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 That's our natural fade out.
Winnie's?
Wendy's under the seat. She was heading to the toilet.
She
You
came
stopped
right
her.
under my feet.
You intersected her.
Well, bless it. You want to go inside with Mama?
Well, do one more
She probably does.
or three with me if you would.
Okay. Winnie gets tired.
She should be tired. She spends all day barking at people.
She goes and sits by the fence. I was watching her today. She goes and sits in that corner and just waits for something to talk to. And when she barks, it's an event.
Yeah, it's scary.
It comes from
Deep in the bowels of
depths.
the earth. When she barks, it's like a bear werewolf dragon combo. I've never been the lucky one. I watched my dreams all turn and run, while they left me alone thinking they'd come back someday. Well, it turns out I was wrong, 'cause time don't wait for anyone. And now I stand here like a school kid hoping that it's not too late.
Well, here goes my heart again, foolish as it's ever been, always leading me somewhere that I can stay. But I'm not gonna look behind, there's nothing that I wanna find. So I'll stand here and face you and promise I won't run away.
Under the sun, there ain't nothing new. There's lovers and leavers and moments forgotten, and dreams that don't ever come true. And even though I'm afraid, I'm gonna stand my ground. And if it's not asking too much, love, don't let me down. Now here I stand in front of you, just hoping that my best will do. I'm a good man, a loving man who just needs someone to hold.
I can see it in your face, your love can fill up this empty space, and the years up ahead don't have to feel so damned alone.
Under the sun, oh, there ain't nothing new. And maybe it's crazy to keep chasing after these dreams that don't ever come true. And even though I'm afraid, I'm gonna stand my ground. And if it's not asking too much, love, don't let me down. And if it's not asking too much, love, don't let me down. Winnie, don't eat the drum.
What are you eating,
She's
baby?
eating with the drum.
It's okay. Don't eat it.
Sorry. I'm looking, the lamp is shaking, and this whole thing, I hear this. We have a lamp on the drum, and
Hey.
Winnie was
What you doing?
trying to eat it.
What you doing?
Oh,
Remember that day when she was looking at, what if I would not look at her? No tail wagging, and as soon as I'd look at her, she'd wag her tail.
yeah, that was really funny.
Winnie,
Really funny.
Winnie.
Well,
Hey. Oh, there she is. All right.
Allison turned in her second book. You just turned it in today? Yesterday?
Final edit was yesterday.
Final edit yesterday. So it's very exciting and it's incredible. So congratulations, baby. I'm very proud of you. And
you.
that will be out, what, in the fall?
Think so.
We think in the fall?
I mean, you never know these days.
Winnie, stop eating that.
How
Sorry.
things go, but that's the tentative plan.
Yeah. So, and you're probably going to do a record to go along with it as
Yes,
well.
I'm working on some new music, new musical projects. I'm very excited about.
And you're about to start teaching your first collegiate class,
Yes, on Monday.
professor.
Well, you've seen me like pulling my hair out because,
It's over Zoom.
well, Zoom isn't an issue. Like, I think most of us know how to work Zoom at this point, but the it's a state school, so they have their own platform,
Mm-hmm.
and there was no tutorial, so I've had to get up to speed really quickly and just figure it out
Well,
as you do.
you're about to
So-
start teaching that.
Mm-hmm.
And then every other Sunday, Allison has her own show called Soul Soothing Sunday Songs. And this week's episode was particularly great. And so, not this coming Sunday, but next Sunday, she'll be doing that. So y'all tune in to that 11 o'clock. And yeah.
India.
And yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to tune in and talk. And then just not be overwhelmed by all the things that you do. You do a lot.
I'm trying to weed it out a little bit.
Yeah.
Trying to become someone who doesn't do something all the time.
Yeah. Will you do one more song with me before
I'm getting up
before
in
you
my
leave?
years. It's time for me to slow down.
Getting up in your years?
Yeah.
Well.
I know you support this fully.
It's all relative, and yes, I support you being happy. Today we did a cameo for a couple that this was their song. They had to delay their wedding because of COVID, but this is their song. So the groom and the future groom asked me to play it for his future bride. I'm probably using that words wrong. I've been doing that all day. I think it's the haircut. I got a haircut today. And I told her not to wash it because I didn't want it to be big and puffy during the show, but I think I had the opposite effect. It's just greasy and like falling down. You make me look cool.
Well, I've been making that a practice for some time now.
I tee him up and you just...
Oh, I'm an expert.
I've been throwing horseshoes over my left shoulder. It seems I spent all my life searching for that four-leaf clover.
Yet you ran with me, chasing my rainbow. Honey, I love you too. that's the way love goes.
That's the way love goes, babe. That's the music God made for all the world to see. It's never old, it grows. Losing makes me sorry. You say, honey, don't worry. Honey, I love you too. And that's the way love goes.
Sorry.
You okay?
Yet you ran with me, chasing my rainbows. Honey, I love you too. And that's the way love goes.
That's the way love goes, babe. That's the music God made for all the world to see. It's never old, it grows. Losing makes me sorry. You say, honey, don't worry. And honey, I love you too. And that's the way love goes. Honey, I love you too. And that's the way love goes. Allison Moorer, thank you for joining me.
You're so welcome,
Really
Miss Carll.
appreciate it.
Winnie Bird,
Do you want to go inside?
All right.
I'll see if I can get her in. Unless you want her to just stay specifically.
No, I want her to stay. I like her
Okay.
being here.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
It's
she's-
funny. She goes and plops back on the couch sometimes, and I think people like to see her.
Yeah.
So,
She probably got under here because that's where Mama was.
yeah. All right.
All right. Have
Okay.
fun.
Thank you, baby.
See you in a little while.
All right. I'll come in a while.
Okay, bye.
All right. Thank you, everybody. That was nice. I feel better now. I was kind of spazzing out before she got here. That's how it goes. That's how it goes. Okay. I'm gonna do a couple of new songs, and then I'll play some stuff that y'all are more familiar with, or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know where you're from. I don't know if you know who I am, or like if you're just showing up. I know some people have been here for all 37 episodes, and some people have been here for 20 years of my career, and some people are just tuning in for the first time. So, which reminds me, we have winners for people sharing the show and following. Let's see, Rachel Radcliffe. Thank you for following on YouTube and liking the show. We're gonna mail you this. If you will, it's a Lovers and Leavers CD and a Drunken Poets Society journal notebook. It's kind of a cool thing. You can write all your brilliant ideas down in it. If you'll leave your address with Callan, or just let her know who you are, and she'll get a hold of you. And then on Facebook, Justin Bennett. Justin, thank you very much. I don't know why I didn't just keep the same setup. I put it in. Anyway, Justin, you're gonna get this sent to you as well. I really appreciate you sharing the show, and thanks to everybody for sharing the show. And it's not too late. I'm going to be playing for a little bit longer, so it does me a world of good if y'all let people know this is happening and going on, and trying to keep it going. I'm not working again until at least April, and probably beyond that. So this is right now my lifeblood. This and Patreon are keeping us afloat. So really appreciate it. And again, if you contribute to the show, here's the postcard I will send you. That's me and Matthew McConaughey's body. And And you can get the set list for $30. I'll sign and personalize it and send that to you. So, all right, that's enough for pitching stuff. I'm going to do this here. This is a song I wrote with Drake White, who I met when I moved to Nashville here. I ended up in a co-writing session with him. And just one of those guys that, like my wife, just one of those people that can just sing, makes you want to retire, if you're like me, where they just have these voices that, like, are incredible. And Drake has that. Just a really cool, positive energy. I like him a lot, and I like what he brings to the table as a performer and as a writer and as a singer. It's really powerful. So y'all check out Drake. And in February, in the middle of February, I'm going to be on his show. I'm going to be a guest. I think the 17th. He has a live stream as well. And I'm going to be on Wednesday nights. And I'm going to be out there probably 3 weeks from now, I think. So I'll let you know when it's happening. But this is a song that we wrote together, and I like it. It's a kind of funny, silly song, but I enjoy playing it. So I'm gonna do this for y'all here. It's called Happy Hour. I had just gotten free from my JOB, so I went on down to the bar. Where from 6 to 7, it's a working folks' heaven. Half-price shots and beer in a jar. Well, you better get to tasting, son. Time is a-wasting. That's what the barkeep said. Seems I barely gotten started for that hour departed, and these thoughts that came to my head. Why do mamas always worry? Why don't payday come on time? How come agave tequila tastes so much better with salt and lime? Why are sunsets so romantic? Where have all the heroes gone? How come the world just makes more sense when I hear a country song? And why can't stopping time be my superpower? And who says happy only gets to last an hour? It takes more than a sign on the window to define how long we all get to thrive. And I'll never surrender, time pushing bartender. I'll aim for a happy morning, noon, and night. Yeah, you better be believing we can keep this feeling rolling on past last call. And it may be semantic, but I'm a barroom romantic with some questions for you all. Like, why can't dogs have conversations? Why don't money grow on trees? How come it always feels so good to sit out on my favorite beach? Does thunder mean God's angry? Does the first kiss mean it's true? Or why don't we all just ask ourselves, what would Willie do? And why can't stopping time be my superpower? And who says happy only gets to last an hour? Oh, who says happy only gets to last an hour? Let's get higher than Spider-Man swinging off the Eiffel Tower. And who says happy only gets to last an hour? Oh, who says happy only gets to last an hour? I prematurely ended it, and then I realized it wasn't over, and I had another thing. I really want to get that line in. Let's get higher than Spider-Man, swinging off the Eiffel Tower. That's pretty good, I think. Anyway, I don't know. Sometimes I can't tell whether people like things or not, and on some level, it's just. So I end up complimenting myself is what I'm trying to get at. Like, if things tickle me, if I like it, I just go with it. That's kind of the only voice. I think it's really hard to be successful worrying about what other people think about it or trying to figure out what they would do. I mean, there's a certain element of that I guess we all have, but mostly I just try and make myself laugh or write things that I think sound cool. So I enjoy that song. Okay, so that was that. That was Happy Hour. That was with Drake White. And I'm going to do one more, and then I'm going to take some questions from you guys. If y'all are still around and still interested, if there's anything y'all want to know about, I'm going to be happy to answer. We could use a break here. So let's see. So this is a song that I wrote with the fabulous, fantastic Brandy Clark. She was one of the first people I wrote with when I moved here to Nashville, and she's amazing. Really incredible artist. And the one time I got nominated for a Grammy, she was nominated in the same categories for Country Song of the Year, and her song, I really liked my song. My song was Chances Are. I thought it was really good. But her song was called Hold My Hand, and I was like, man, this is... it was not looking good for me going against that song. And then it turns out a third song, which is also amazing, called Girl Crush. Our friends Lori McKenna and Liz Rose and Natalie Hemby, I think, wrote that. And anyway, it was a tough year in the country category. But that was when I was first turned on to Brandy's stuff, was hearing that her record 12 Stories and that song in particular. Now would be a real good time to hold my hand. It's just, really hit me. So we wrote this song. This is one that I'd had for a long time. And there doesn't seem to be in country music anymore the double entendre, that wordplay. There used to just be I don't know. I don't want to sound like an old timer who's just like lamenting of days gone by. But I was thinking about what's the song? It's like Randy Travis or Vince Gill, Alan Jackson. They've all got songs that have this really interesting wordplay. And so this idea came to me. It's called In the Meantime. And I'll quit talking. I'm not making any sense. I'm just going to sing the song. The good times we've had, the smiles and the laughs, are the pictures that fill up these frames. Cover the walls and hang in the halls of the home that shares both our names. Most times the good times are the times that we're in, but even the tough times we'll get through again. But in the meantime, holler and scream time, the crush all your dreams time, the can't hardly breathe time, the faith gets forgotten and hope falls behind. The love that we turns bitter and bad in the meantime. We've been through some years, some heartache and some tears, and some struggles like all people do. We held on at the seams to our impossible dreams, and mostly they're still coming true. At yesterday's end, we were still friends, and tomorrow might find us right back there again. But in the meantime, holler and scream time, the all your dreams tend. They can't hardly breathe. Time when faith gets forgotten and hope falls behind. The love that we've had turns bitter and bad. In the meantime, Lord, help us outrun the damage we've done. In the meantime, in the meantime. Anyway, what I was trying to think of earlier was but on the other hand, there's a golden band. You know, just songs like that where there's a double meaning and anyway, all right. Okay, let's talk. Let's talk. I can't. Sarah Henderson says 6 p.m. is too early. Just got here. Well, Sarah, I'm sorry, but you're in luck because I'm going to be playing for a little while longer. At least I'm just starting to feel good about myself. So, Dale Brosia says, just for the record, chances are should have won. Well, thank you, Dale. I appreciate that. It would have been cool to have a Grammy win, but it's all right. Robin Hamby Grattan says, what song have you written that you're most proud of? You know what? I wonder if I can... Hold on one second, everybody. I think there's a way to... I think there's a way to put the questions. There we go. Bam. Look at that. Okay. What song have you written that you're most proud of? Well, Robin, thank you for the question. You know, that's a tough call for me. I don't know how to pick just one. I'm very proud of Long Way Home. Arkansas Blues has a special place for me in my heart. Just it's one of the first songs I wrote that I just felt like I was starting to express myself in the way I wanted to. Wish I hadn't stayed so long. Those are all early songs. Beaumont I like a lot. Chances Are I think is really strong. And maybe The Magic Kid. That's a special one for me. Thank you for asking. All right, let's see now if I can figure out how to make that disappear. All right, let's see. Okay, bro, is that a J45 or a songwriter? Sounds great. Ask Tim Hansen. Tim, it is a J45. Thank you for asking. As I try and get, okay, there we go. All right, let's see. Did you ever get to meet David Olney? Mark Hayes asked, did I ever get to meet David Olney? No, I never did. I saw him perform a couple times, but I don't believe we ever met. We were both at 30A. Allison and I were at 30A year before last when he died. Or not, yeah, it was last year. He actually died on stage at 30A, which was tragic. But incredible songwriter, incredible artist. Tell me about the love that you need, Greg Sullivan says. Greg, thanks for that. That was a song. I was going through a divorce with my now ex-wife, and I got together with Jack Ingram in Nashville, and Jack and I met up and started working on a song, and I was trying to explain to him what I was going through, and so we started it, and then I kind of did most of the rest on my own, and then Allison actually helped me kind of round off some of the edges, and so that's what we ended up with. I was thinking of Lyle Lovett when I wrote that. There was something about that um, that I was going for. It reminded me of something he would do. I'm a huge fan of Lyle. Let's see. Okay, if I leaned on our second harvest here and raised 130 pounds of food in a week in my apartment complex. Oh, Michael, that's amazing. Way to go, man. This is one of my favorite things about this pandemic is that's a weird statement. One of my favorite things about the pandemic. What was your favorite part of the movie? No, but one of the blessings that have come out of this pandemic, besides for me, just getting to do the Alone Together Tuesday thing and to be with all you folks, and to have this outlet, has been the community but also just seeing everybody come together and give. I felt when everything disappeared and all the work was gone, I freaked out. I was like, what are we gonna do? 90% of my income came from touring, and there was no touring. Allison and I had, started off the year working a lot, and we put a little money away so we were okay for a while. But we're like, this isn't gonna last forever. But it allowed me in the beginning to just go, okay, we're fortunate, we're in a good place. Let's raise some money for some other folks. But then this has kept going, and we've been so blessed by all you guys that not only have we been okay, we've been great, but also it's allowed us to give back in ways that we never even imagined, more than we did before. And I needed that. I needed that wake up call. I needed to be reminded how lucky I am and how fortunate I am. And I don't think I will ever be the same as I was before. I'm now being able to give back is my favorite thing. And it makes me so happy and so proud to be in this community where people are doing the same. So I'm really grateful. So anyway, thank you for Michael for raising money on your own and raising food for your own with Second Harvest. What's your favorite Springsteen song? Says Michael Beard. Boy, it's there's only two kind of options as far as records. I love the Born in the USA record, and Born in the USA and Glory Days in my hometown. Actually, man, my hometown, that's a killer one. But then my other favorite record is Nebraska. Although I don't know if anything on Nebraska is my favorite song. I think My Hometown might be my favorite one. Or Used Cars. Used Car. Anyway, okay. Thank you for the question. Let's see. It's 1:30 here. I'm just going to mow through these questions. Let's see. Know James McMurtry? Yes, I do know James McMurtry. I used to open for James a lot, and then we've done some shows together over the years where we were on the same festival or co-headlined or different things. And an incredible talent. I really admire James's writing style and guitar playing, and he's just an interesting character. Have you ever played banjo? A little bit. I learned just enough. The song I Got a Gig, there's a banjo on that, and I learned that part. And back there, I don't know if you can see it. I shouldn't even tell you all about this. I have a ganjo. What's a ganjo, you ask? I'll show you. Hold on. This is going to get me kicked out of Nashville. Hold on. I don't know. This is a ganjo, basically a guitar that sounds like a ganjo. It's a 6-string instrument. I have not tuned it. I haven't played the thing in 7 years, so. So, you can sound like you can play another instrument without having to actually learn another instrument, which works great for me. Let me put that away. All right. Let's see. Well, let's keep going. Some more questions, and then we will play more music. I actually have a bunch of songs that I had dialed into play, and I hopefully can get to them. From a huge fan, a blind guy in Colorado Springs, Colorado. What kind of dog do you have? My dog is Winnie. She's a rescue, and they told us that she was a lab, but they lied. Well, they didn't lie. They just didn't know. I had a DNA test done, and she's half Great Dane and 34% Great Pyrenees, although I don't see any of that in her. And then like 12% Lab and 5% Rottweiler or something. But basically she's a Great Dane, like a small Great Dane. What made you go to school in Arkansas? Kathy, thanks for the question. I was looking for a small school fairly close to Texas without fraternities, and I just ended up there. They had a radio department, or not radio department, but they had a radio show. They had a radio station that you could get on, and they had a hacky sack club. It sounded like a good time to me, so I just wanted to get out of town. I was going to go to the University of Texas, but I was going to be on academic probation, and that's where all my friends were going. I just decided to do something different, and it ended up being one of the best decisions that I ever made, because I went somewhere where nobody knew my name, nobody knew who I was. I actually changed my name. For those of y'all who don't know, my name's Joshua Hayes Carll, and I went by Josh for years, and then I just wasn't. I never really felt good about myself in those early years. Like I didn't fit in. I was not cool, and was not. I just couldn't quite get in the flow with life, and so I just kind of tried to reinvent myself. And I went off to school, and I just said I'm Hayes, and just kind of started over, and it was really good for me, and just to kind of get a fresh start somewhere. So I'm always grateful to Arkansas folks for giving me that opportunity. Do you play any other instruments, Jason? No, not really. I mean, I have a harmonica that I bang on every once in a while, but I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of blowing on the thing, and I play a little bit of piano, but not enough to where I would get on stage. I'm currently taking guitar lessons from Robert Ellis, just trying to learn my main instrument here. All right, this is fun. Let's keep it going. Voila. Okay, thank you, Connie. Have you ever been on Dwight Yoakam's radio show? I have never been on Dwight Yoakam's radio show. I've played with Dwight a couple times. I've never even actually met him. He does a very Elvis thing where like he rolls up right at showtime, gets out of a car, walks on stage, plays, right back out. But one time I was flying to Australia. I was supposed to fly to Australia at a DFW at Dallas Fort Worth Airport, and my flight, I missed it. My band and I missed the flight, and so we were stuck in Fort Worth. So we went to Billy Bob's where Dwight Yoakam was playing, and we know the guys at Billy Bob's, and they let us in backstage, and we got to watch the show. It was really incredible. I've seen him like 5 or 6 times and played with him a few times, but never done the radio show. What whiskey are you drinking? This is Bullet. And I've got a giant bottle of that I'm trying to finish before somebody just gave me some whiskey, some different stuff. So you fancy, yeah. Thank you, Munson. I am fancy. Look at this neat stuff here. All right, I lost my spot. Gavin Cooper. In that vein, what's your favorite Bill Morrissey song? Gavin, my favorite Bill Morrissey song will probably be. You know, I remember all the funny stuff. I still play all the funny stuff. But it's maybe Birches. I never could do the serious stuff like Bill could, so I didn't attempt it. But those were the songs that really moved me. Really moved me. But I'm gonna do a Bill Morrissey song real quick. I'm gonna keep doing these questions because this is fun. But and I just want to say hey to Opie Hendricks. What's up, Opie? How you doing, brother? Houston OG. All right, let me do this Bill Morrissey song, and then I'll go back to a few more questions, and then we'll do a bunch more songs. Well, my heart skipped a beat when you walked into the room, and in 5 seconds I was thinking bride and groom. I was thinking bride and groom. Thinking man and wife, I never fell in love so fast in all of my life. I know you'd like my friends. You gotta meet my parents. My daddy's pretty funny and my mama looks like Betty White. I need another drink. I need to figure out a way to introduce myself to you tonight. I'm lousy on the first night, better by the third. I was raised Catholic, in case you hadn't heard, but I ain't the kind of man who lives in dreams and wishes, who walks around the house breaking bread and blessing fishes. If I sent a dozen roses just out of habit, or would you press those flowers in your copy of Babbitt? I need another drink, I need a cigarette. I ain't a giving up, I'm gonna get you yet. I'll give you the rights to my 10 best songs, and if you wanna talk, I can talk till dawn. Right now, I need a word that rhymes with earn. I guess your name is the first thing I ought to learn. Hope you're a Democrat, hope you like the Red Sox, hope you like bourbon with a splash of water on the rocks. Bourbon with a splash, that's the only drink I make. But baby, I could learn, there's a course I could take. You might as well give up, I'm gonna make my move. Well, honeymoon in Paris, we can hang out at the Louvre. We can winter in the city and summer up in Maine. And all of this will happen just as soon as I learn your name. Anyway, that's a Bill Morrissey tune. And God, I loved him so much. All right, let's see. It should get you kicked out of Nashville. We're talking about the Ganjo. Let's see. I guess I'm behind in the comments here. Let's see if I can catch up here. All right. Good night, Benedict. My son plays the banjo with your songs all the time. All right, that's cool. Sorry, I can't see these from afar, so I have to click on them before I can see what's what. Let me get more recent here. What's your favorite song from your youth, John? Oh boy, I don't know. Music was everything to me, so it's really hard to. And there's so many different periods. Started with Kenny Rogers, and then was like the Monkees and Benny King and Chuck Berry, and then it was Dylan, and then it was Willie Nelson and Chris Christopherson, and I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't mean to ignore your question, but that's just too tough for me to answer. Hacky Stack Club, yep. There's Kerry Welton, my good buddy from high school, and still to this day we're good friends. Who actually, I've told you all this before, but this is my first guitar, and Kerry sat on it and broke it. And I hate that that's his claim. I mean, he's done many other wonderful things in life, and been a big part of my life. But since this is my first guitar and I play it sometimes, I tell that story a lot. Let's do a song here. This is, yeah. I meet some wild people out here, wild people. Those who are pretending and others more sincere. A few that outright scare me and ones that I hold dear. I meet some wild people out here. You won't believe the things I have done. I've been racing down this highway like a bullet from a gun. This life is like to kill me, but it sure has been fun. You won't believe the things I have done. birdie says I ought to go home. I swear I tried to reach you, but the cop took my phone. Them Tulsa women's nicer when they leave me alone. And birdie says I ought to go home. I don't know how I got this way. Been burning up my nights and wasting my days. So many people talking, I forgot what to say. I don't know how I ended this way. Alright, y'all help me now. I meet some wild people out here, wild people. Those who are pretending and others more sincere. A few that outright scare me and ones that I hold dear. I meet some wild people out here. Yeah, I meet some wild people out here. And I hope that you sleep well tonight. Know that I'm dreaming of you. Hope you're alright. I'm gonna be there come dawn's early light. I hope that you sleep well tonight. Alright. Hey, you were very cool. Greg, thank you. I'm just going to leave that comment up there for the rest of the night. How did you meet Todd Snyder? I met Todd Snyder in the parking lot of the of the Exit Inn here in Nashville, Tennessee, where he lives. I was living in Conroe, Texas at the time, and our mutual friend Jack Ingram, introduced us. Jack's was good friends with Todd, and he gave him a call and said, my buddy Hayes is coming up to town. I think you should check him out. And much to my amazement, Todd listened and came into town and watched my show, and then we met back out in the parking lot of the Exit Inn in 2002, probably. Long time ago. And Todd sent me something the other day. Tom Jones just recovered. Jesus, I can't talk. Tom Jones just covered one of Todd's songs, reality television blues, which is amazing. It's very trippy, interesting. So, yeah, let's see. Did your mother really tell you to go into easy listening? Yes, my mom kind of did. My mom, when I told her I wanted to be a country singer, she said, you can't. Because I grew up in a kind of affluent, planned community, and she was like, what are you going to sing about? Like, you know? And she also said I didn't have a butt, and that country singers need to have a butt, and because they stand up and shake it. So I was going to be a folk singer and sit down. So yeah, that's in a roundabout way. That was where that came from. All right, let's see. I'm gonna do one or two more. And what is the guitar between your first guitar and the electric baritone? This is my backup Gibson J45. There was a time where Gibson was being very good to me and giving me guitars, and they gave me that one. So that was that. Okay, I'm gonna try this. I don't know if it'll sound very good on here, but let's give it a shot. How about that for a lead into a song? I don't know if it's gonna sound very good, but. The riff store cowboys farming them junkies, red dirt plowboys, asphalt monkeys, holy rollers, signal callers, truck stop angels, backstreet brawlers, VanZandt groupies, guitar slingers, hallelujah gospel singers,
Freight train mamas, the pistol shooters. My first girlfriend works at Hooters. Beans and biscuits in my cupboard. Listen to Ray Wiley Hubbard. We all going down on the road tonight. Blue jean babies, old heartbreakers. I had a party with some Quakers. Hard-worn highways, country singers. Radios full of old right-wingers. Session players, duct tape dealers. Outlaw country, hubcap stealers. Ain't no money in my wallet. Broken in is what they call it. My grandmama's name was Spiller. Michael Jackson peaked that Thriller. We all going down the road tonight. Drunken angels, blacktop racers, who done whiskey chasers, Lone Star drinkers, midnight ramblers, dirt road divas, highway gamblers, moonshine mamas, panty droppers, Dalai Lamas, old pill poppers, high school heroes, a back row preacher, pool hall hustlers, a tantric teachers, teenage cuties, politicking, Hare Krishna, feed me chicken. We all going down the road tonight. Jukebox gypsies, Mustang Sallies, don't go walking down dark alleys. Needle pushers, horn rim glasses, rhinestone jumpsuit, backstage passes, blue plate specials, aluminum platters. Japanese is all that matters. Broken arrows, Gulf Coast kickers, who's your daddy, bumper stickers. Now tomorrow gonna be a new day. We all alone together Tuesday, and we all going down the road tonight. Oh, all right. Well, Americana woman, hip shake with me, baby. All right, everybody. Well, thank y'all so much. I don't want to stop, really, but we've been at this a while now. What time did we start? 6:30? Oh, I guess it hasn't been that long. No, we started at 6. So we're coming up on 2 hours, so we can go a little bit longer. I don't think there's any rules. The internet's the Wild West. You can kind of do whatever you want. So, let me put this away. Thank y'all for all your questions. That was really fun. I'm sorry I didn't get to all of them. I might try and do some more. Let's see. Okay, my grandson might have a new favorite. Keep going. All right, that's good. Do you think we'll ever get back to normal with live shows? Yeah, it'll get back to normal at some point. It's just going to be a minute. Just going to be a minute. We're good. I called out for more whiskey. All right, way to go, Jeff. 10 more. It's Carl. YouTube comments too.
Well, I think I'm in the YouTube comments. I think I have them all consolidated in one place on the StreamYard here. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. Cut me some slack. I'm trying to figure this out as I go. Alright, let's see here. Oh, you know what? Something. I just want to show you all this. I was in the attic earlier tonight, just getting some stuff. And I found this. How do I make this? Damn it! I can't do it. Sorry. This is So I used to. Sorry, I get this comment down. I used to throw a music festival in Crystal Beach, Texas, called Stingery Music Fest. Which I did for 3 years until a hurricane kind of wiped everything away. But it was awesome. We had Todd Snyder there, and Will Kimbrough, and Ryan Bingham, and Jesse Dayton, and Corb Lund, and John Evans, and the Sisters Morales, and the Stone Coyotes, and Scott Nolan, and Eliza Gilkison, and Terry Allen, and just so many cool, Ray Wiley Hubbard, Garth Morlix, just so many cool folks came and played. It was incredible. It's one of the things I'm most proud of in my life. I wish that hurricane had not come for a lot of reasons. Lost my house too, but I'm really bummed about the festival. Anyway, so this a few years after that, we started throwing a little event down in Port Aransas, Texas, called the Drunken Poets Festival weekend thing. A much smaller affair, but just really intimate deal with a couple hundred folks. I didn't do it last year, obviously, and probably won't do it this year. But I am thinking about making some kind of event soon and bringing it back. I'll try and keep you in the loop. Let's see, I had a request for this, and it was also on my list of things already that I was going to play. So. After all these years running round, flying high and a falling down, well, the time has come at last to rest my heart and to ease my past. I'm gonna leave these blues behind for some other fool to find. He won't care and I don't mind. Hide me, babe, hide me, babe. Darling, don't you cry tonight. The moon is full and the world is right. I've loved more than my share. I took the pain and I called it fair. I'm going to do those things no more, not the way I done before. The same winds that brought me through can take me back the same way too. Raise my glass and I'll make a toast. We're better than some, little harder than most. We left a mark on every town. We chased a dream and we stood our ground. But I can't do those things no more, not the way I done before. The same winds that brought me through can take me back a long way too. All these years of running round, a flying high and a falling down, well, the time has come at last to rest my heart and to ease my past. I'm gonna leave these blues behind for some other fool to find. He won't care and I don't mind. Hide me, babe, hide me, babe. Well, I had a lot of other songs that I was going to get to tonight, but I may just have to save them for another show because, as y'all probably heard, my wife was cooking dinner in there. So, let's see. I am going to try and do something that I said I wasn't going to do. And if you're wondering what I'm talking about, you'll find out soon enough. This is a mistake waiting to happen. But I've had just enough to drink that I'm going to give it a shot. Okay, now I've had just enough to drink, then I'm going to give it a shot. All right. Let's see if I got this right. She was a waitress, the only joint in town. She had a reputation as a girl who'd been around down Main Street after midnight. A brand new pack of cigs, a fresh one hanging from her lips, a beer between her legs. She'd ride down to the river and meet with all her friends. The road goes on forever and the party never ends. Sonny was a loner, he was older than the rest. He was heading for the Navy, but he couldn't pass the test, so he hung around town. Sold a little pipe, it'll all caught wind of Sonny, and one day he got caught out, but he was back in business when they set him free again. The road goes on forever, but the party never ends. Sonny's playing 8-ball at the joint where Sherry works when some drunken out-of-towner put his hand up Sherry's skirt. Sonny took a poke cue, laid the trunk out on the floor, stuffed the 20 in the tip jar, and walked on out the door. She was running right behind him, reaching for his hand. The road goes on forever, and the party never ends. Sonny looked at Sherry, said, let's get on out of here. The stars were da-da-da-da, jammed it into gear. The stars were high above them, and the moon was in the east. The sun was setting on them when they reached Miami Beach. They got a hotel by the water and a quart of Bombay gin. The road goes on forever, and the party never ends. They soon ran out of money, but Sonny knew a man who knew some Cuban refugees that dealt in contraband. Yeah, Sonny met the Cubans in a house just off the road with a briefcase full of money and a pistol in his boot. The cards were on the table when the law came busting in. The road goes on forever, but the party never ends. The Cubans grabbed the goodies and Sonny grabbed the jack. He broke a bathroom window and climbed on out the back. Sherry drove the pickup through the alley on the side where a lawman tackled Sonny and was reading him his rights. She stepped into the alley with a single shot 410. The road goes on forever, but the party never ends. They left the lawman line, they made their getaway. They got back to the hotel just before the break of day. Sonny gave her all the money and he blew her a little kiss. He said, if they ask you how this happened, say I forced you into this. And she watched him as his tail lights disappeared around the bend. The road goes on forever and the party never ends. Yes, Main Street after midnight, just like it was before. 21 months later at the local grocery store. Sherry buys a paper and a cold 6-pack of beer. The headline reads as Sonny is going to the chair. She pulls back on the main street in her new Mercedes-Benz. The road goes on forever and the party never ends. Oh, Robert O'Keefe. That is another one that I think I can safely say I have not played since 2002 or thereabouts. So forgive me if I butchered it, which I'm sure I did. But yeah. All right, everybody. I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you so much for being a part of Alone Together Tuesdays and being part of the family. It means the world to me. I hope you had a good time. Be back next week with an all request show. So think about what you want to hear, and I'll do a post on Facebook, or you can email me a request. Just remember to put your story with it, who you want to dedicate it to, or why you want to hear the song. And when he's snoring again. Goodness, girl. Yeah, so I'll send you a postcard and a set list if you want one. And yeah, let's see, there's the postcard just one last time in case I can't get enough of it. Yeah, a portion of the proceeds will go to the Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Tennessee. So thanks again. Y'all take care of yourself. It's a weird time in the world. Yeah, just, you don't need advice from anybody, particularly from me, but I'm trying to find gratitude in all the things that I have, and to be kind and forgiving of folks as best I can. And y'all take care of each other. We're all in this together at the end of the day. And I'm pretty sure that there's very little that we cannot overcome if we can just talk to each other and treat each other as human beings with respect and dignity and kindness. It's when we don't do that that we get in trouble. And that scares me, when we don't do that. So whoever you are, whatever your political beliefs, let's just try to be kind to each other and take care of each other during this time. It's a scary time. So I love y'all. Thank you for being here. I hope to see you next week. All right. Adios, y'all. I'm out.